Hey, hi all. How are you guys doing today? So in this lecture, we will try to understand, jQuery selected, disabled, and enabled selectors, and I'll explain them one by one, right? How to select, select element, right? So, selected selector is actually used in select lists, like the drop downs. Then disabled and enabled used on various elements, right? On select list, then, on buttons, then input checkboxes, radio buttons, then input, text areas, text boxes, forms, right? So various elements we can give disabled attribute. So based on those, how we can select the elements, right? So those we will going to understand. But before that, if you're new to channel, then try to subscribe it. Click on the bell icon so that you never miss new updates. And watch the video till the end so that your doubts will get cleared. And if you like the video, hit like button. So let's start. Now, first of all, I load login.html so that you'll understand the selections. So here I have added a select list in the register, and in the sign in we have username and password, and in a create account we have a name, password, email address, and a select list, right? So now how we can select a disabled input elements, right? So before that, just try to learn how we can select selected options. So for selected options, let's create a variable. Selected option is equal to dollar, right? So we have these selectors, and now we can give a tag name and then a option. Okay, so from this tag name, I want a selected option only, right? So what I can do, I can give a tag name or the class name as well. So if you look at this, I have a class name select. So I have taken the class name selector also. So you can watch that also. So tag name or class name, anything will work over here. Okay. So I'll use tag name. So select, then inside that we have options, and then among those options, I want a selected option, right? So for that, what we can do, we can just add a click event handler or a change event handler for this, right? Select.change. Then we can pass, a callback function. And then inside that, what we can do, we can take the selected option, right? So now console.log selected option. Okay. So now if I head over to browser and inspect it, like if I go to console and I need to navigate to the register form, and then if I select USA, you can see there is an option which is selected, right? So it's nothing but an USA, but if we want to take a value of it, then use val function. Okay. And if you want to extract the text of it, then use the text function. Okay. So now if I refresh it, if I select USA, you can see the value of it is USA and the text of it is also USA. And if I select India, you can see India and India, right? So this is nothing but a selected pseudo selector, right? So which can only be used on the options, okay? And then before option and before space, we need to give a tag name or the class name of it. So whatever is the parent, and then now if you look at the disabled, right? So disabled selector, so from the register form, I have disabled these two inputs like the text and password, and then I kept this, type text, the email address text box as an, as enabled. So now let's create a variable disabled elements is equal to, right? So now what I can do, I need to give a form, right? Then its attribute name. So what I'm doing over here, right? So I am doing actually, I'm taking the name of this form, okay? I'm targeting this form, register form, which attribute value is, which name attribute value is this, and then from that, I need inputs which has a disabled property. Okay, so now if I console.log disable elements, so from browser, if you head over to the browser, if I click the register, right, so you can see there are two elements which are disabled. The first one is this name and the second one is this. You can see the highlighted text boxes also from the left hand side. So this is the password, which are both are actually disabled, right? And if I want to take a enabled, right, so enabled ELE is equal to, I'll just copy and paste this, the above one, and just instead of disabled, I'll use enabled. Okay, and from console log I can just log this enabled attribute, right? So now if I head over to the browser and then see, right, so there is one element which is enabled, right? So this is what, so based on enabled or disabled attribute, you can do, right? So based on enabled or disabled, you can hit or you can select that element, right? You can give a proper pathing of it. Okay, so if you do not give this pathing, right, so it will not target this form element, it will target all input elements. Okay, so now we have a login form also over here, so it will target this input elements also. So whatever input elements are there in the HTML page, it will target all those. If you just normally use this, something like this. Okay, so instead of this form, if you put this as it is, then it will target all input disabled elements from the HTML page. So we don't want that, we want to target the form. So the particular form, for that particular form, we are given the name and its value. Okay, and again, to take the value and to take the text, you can use val and text methods. So these we will learn in the DOM manipulation methods, okay, in detail. But for now, just understand, like, val is used for taking value and text is used for to take a text. So this is it, guys. So I hope you like the video. If you like the video, just hit the like button. Okay, and do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss new updates. Thank you all, guys. Have a good day.